What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD coming at you with another video. This time we're going to be discussing, will the Intellivision Amico be delayed yet again? Now we are going to be looking at this objectively. We are going to treat it with no bias, as we always do on this channel, because if you are looking to have smoke blown up your ass, you will need to go to another channel. This channel here is unbiased. We are 100% objective. We look at the facts. We give them to you. We let you decide, whether or not something is true or not. We let you decide whether or not you think the ball's going to land on this side of the line or that side of the line. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we just give you the information, allow you to make an educated decision. We are not here to make the news. We're only here to deliver the news. And the news we're talking about today is this Intellivision Amico possible delay. Now, the first thing that we need to discuss is the trademark issue. I made a video on this previously, but as far as the time of this making of this video, the trademark issue is still on the table. It has not been settled. They are still in negotiations. We do not know if the Intellivision Amico and the Cloanto Corporation have reached an agreement. We don't know what that agreement is or what kind of agreement that they're even looking towards. But we do know that it's still up in the air. The trademark is still being held, being disputed. So that is one strike against the Amico making the launch date. Now, we need to talk about the FCC certification compliance. Now, we're not going to bore you with all this boring stuff. We're just going to scroll down here. What products require an FCC certificate? So electronic products, wireless, local area network equipment, Bluetooth devices. These are things that are going to be in the Intellivision Amico. Obviously, it is a electronic device. Obviously, it's using Bluetooth. So it definitely needs to pass FCC compliance. Now, if we go here, this is the equipment authorization search. As you can see, we got Intellivision in the search parameters. We're going to go ahead and start the search. And it says nothing. We have no applications on file that meet that criteria, so nothing from Intellivision Entertainment. Now, if we back up, just to give you a example of a search that gives us something, if we look up Sega, start search. Sorry about the slow computer. There you go. As you can see, Sega Corporation comes up. We get a lot of different items from Sega. You can get detailed summaries. You can get the application name, address, all that good stuff. So this is a legitimate thing. This is a thing that needs to be done. This is a thing that you can search up on the FCC website. And this is another strike against the Intellivision Amico making their release date, because we have no FCC certification on hand available for Intellivision Entertainment in any shape or form. Now, there is one possibility for why it's not coming up. Microsoft typically uses a what do they call that? A shell corporation in order to get their FCC certifications in. That way, all the little juicy details go under the radar. People don't know exactly what they're putting into their products. There is a possibility that Intellivision Entertainment would be doing the same thing. I'm not sure why, seeing as it's not a high-end electronic, it's not cutting edge, it's not bringing anything to the table that hasn't been done in some form or fashion before. So I would think that they would bypass creating a shell corporation in order to hide their FCC certification. Additionally, Tommy Tallarico has yet to mention passing certification. The last time he mentioned it, he said that they were still working on it, that they were almost complete. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the no certification column. If you want to put it in the possible certification column, go right ahead, but I think no certification column for me. Now we're going to jump over here to this video from the Geek Getaway. and it's from February 14th. Now I have heard nothing updated as far as 100%, but let's listen to what he says. Let's listen to Tommy.
So yeah, the machine, I would say, the hardware wise, it literally is like 99.9% finished. Well, the firmware isn't 100% yet. I'm gonna be straight up there. And firmware, as you know,
So we're just going to cut it there. As you can hear, he said the hardware is still 99.9% done. Firmware, not 100%. Obviously, you can keep working on that firmware all the way up until it's in the home, and even past that, as you can, have updates sent to the console. Sony does it all the time, Microsoft does it, Nintendo. But the hardware, that needs to be 100%. Now, it is possible that the FCC compliance testing is holding up the hardware, or the hardware is holding up the FCC compliance testing. I mean, obviously, if you do not have your design 100%, you're not going to be able to send it in for testing, and vice versa. If you don't pass testing, obviously the hardware is not complete because you're going to need to change some things up in order to pass the test. So these two things are linked together, but again, we're at 99% complete on hardware. It's not 100%. So I'm going to put that again in the column against the Amico coming out on time. Now we got another video. This is from Osima Vision. Now Tommy's talking about acquiring components. Let's listen to what he has to say.
have we secured all 100 electronic components? No, we have not. Have we started procuring them since last November? Yes, we have. We've spent millions of dollars, starting to, procure components that we knew had 6-month lead times. We started doing that in November because we were still hoping to get out in April.
Okay, so Tommy's saying that he started to procure components. He didn't tell us how many. He does mention that there is over 700 parts in the Amico, 100 electronic components. We don't know exactly how many of them he has. We don't know how many he's been able to secure. He could have secured 699 of the components. He's missing one. He could have secured one of the components. He's missing 699 of them. He could have all 700 components, but in a quantity that's not enough to actually build enough units. I mean, if he only has 5,000 complete sets of components, it doesn't really do him good. He's not going to push out 5,000 units, I don't think. So again, we're going to put this in the not going to ship column. He does not have all the components. We are missing some. We don't know exactly what. We don't know how many. We don't know what kind of lead time they're going to have. But not having the components, this again could be related to the hardware. If you don't have hardware at 100%, you might not know exactly which components you need. I mean, obviously, if you have to change something, take an LED out, add an LED, whatever it is you're going to do, you're going to need to know that in order to order the parts. So you kind of need your hardware at 100% before you can get all your components. I mean, surely you can get a few components. You can, get the internals. You could probably get some of the outside stuff, the plastics, the screws, the nuts and bolts and all that. But there's going to be certain things that you can't get unless the hardware is 100%. Now, it's not all bad news. No, there is a little bit of good news here. As we can see, we got the Republic campaign. We got almost $12 million committed, and it is ending in 54 hours. So it is quite possible that in 54 hours, that not having components can be, that problem could just go away. I mean, you could spend the 12 million on acquiring components. Maybe the holdup is money. Maybe the holdup is the components were too expensive. But with this influx of cash, they can just go ahead and take the little bit of loss, not wait for the component prices to go down. It's a possibility that this 12 million could hire somebody to help finish the hardware, help finish the firmware. Um, it might be used to settle that trademark dispute. There's a lot of possibilities for this 12 million. We don't know what it's going to go to, but like I said, it is a check in the might be able to deliver on time column, so that is good. I do got something highlighted because I saw it. It was kind of funny. I thought, let me take a look at this real quick. It's a little sidetrack that we're going to go on here, but it says he's got over 25 million in purchase and pre-orders. And then it says on the second highlight, over 100,000 units pre-sold to fans and retailers. Now, if you take 100,000, multiply it by $250, that'll give you 25 million. So basically, these two lines are actually the same talking point. 25 million in purchase orders translates to about 100,000 units pre-sold to fans and retailers. I just thought it was funny that they put the same talking point twice in two different fashions. So, there you have it, folks. We have a trademark dispute still ongoing, FCC compliance not finished, hardware at 99%, firmware not finished, components not all secured or procured, and the Republic campaign is ending, so they will get a influx of about 12 million in cash, minus obviously the Republic fees and all that. So whatever that comes out to, but it's probably going to be somewhere north of 10 million. Now, here's where the speculation comes in. I mean, I obviously got to quantify it. I obviously have to point it out where the facts stop and the speculation begins, because apparently there's a lot of people who watch my videos who are unable to do this themselves. They're unable to determine when something is a fact and when something is speculation on the fact. So I'm going to go ahead and let you know that right now this is the speculation portion of the video. In my opinion, just based on the facts that we have laid out here, I do not believe the Intellivision Amico is going to be shipping this year. I don't believe it's going to hit that 10/10/20/21 date. He's going to have a real hard time shipping it during Christmas without no build-up, without no hype. Obviously, if that Nintendo Switch, the new Switch comes out, that's going to be a big issue for them competing with that directly. You got the new Xbox, the new PlayStation. Their numbers are obviously going to start filling up the stores. People are going to be buying those. Switches are starting to be available, so people are buying those. I know I just bought myself a Switch. So there's a lot of hurdles. There's a lot of things in the way. I know a lot of people have said that if they do not hit this 10/10/2021 date, that they will be canceling their pre-orders. This channel will not be canceling our pre-order. We will be holding on to it. We will get the console whenever it releases. We will give it a review. We will be unbiased and objective, just like always. But in my expert opinion, after covering video games and video game related topics for 20 years, I believe that this product will not be shipping and it will not be releasing on 10/10/2021. There is a slight possibility, that we have the Founders Editions come out on 10/10/2021. You might take a loss on those, get those shipped out, get some early reviews from the people who got the Founders Editions, something like Atari did, where they sent out a few consoles to select people. I believe that we might have a similar situation, but don't bet on it, because again, if the FCC compliance is not done, I don't believe they can actually manufacture the Founders Editions. I know they can get the dev units out without the FCC compliance, but I'm pretty sure they can't get the Founders Editions out. But that's all the speculation I have. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think the Intellivision Amico is going to release on 10/10/2021? Do you think the date's going to slip? Do you think he's going to try to sneak it in Christmas, or do you think he's going to wait again until next year and we're going to get a April 3? What was the date? It was it was April 3. It was 4/3/21. I guess it's gonna be 4/3/22 or something similar to that. I know Tommy likes his funny little numbers, maybe 4/4/22. But let me know what you think in the comments. You know how we do it on this channel. Love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.